Ninth frame, Jimmy White to rip.
So, second frame of the evening session, the ninth frame of the match. Jimmy White breaks off, hasn't made a particularly good job of that. That's the last thing he wanted to do. Certainly red on into the middle.
One.
And the pink will go into the middle.
Seven. Eight.
A tremendous error there from Jimmy White in
40.
his break off in the second frame. The last thing he wanted to do was give anything to Steve on a plate, and that's exactly what he's done.
15.
So this could very well nullify his victory in the first frame.
Yes, that's interesting, John,
21.
because Jimmy, I think, hit or tried to hit the third red on the break. And it's a good break if it
22.
comes off, but it's very dangerous. If you hit the end red in making the break, it's absolutely safe. And I think that's what Jimmy should have done at this stage of the match. Shouldn't have given any possible chance of making an error on the break and
28.
putting Steve Davis back in.
$29. $35.
So 35 points already the break, and from the position of these balls we could very easily see quite a big break.
$36. $42. $43.
And Jimmy obviously thinking, why on earth did I break off like that?
$48. $49.
Well, there was one red that would have gone there, but Steve just taking the risk to just disturb them, and they've opened very nicely. And that's useful because he's
55.
removed the pink from the black spot. Didn't want to take the black because no other spot was available. It would have tied things up a little bit.
62.
So, could be quite a large break on here.
63.
He holds the highest break in the televised stages with a break of 135. And there's a possible 137 on.
$70. 71. 78. 79. 86. 87.
Well, bang goes the 137 if he takes the blue, can then only get 135 if he takes two blacks with the last two reds. So
92.
he should be so worried.
93. 100.
Once again, the magical 100.
101.
'And it's quite an interesting statistic that in 5 of the frames so far played in this final, Jimmy White
108.
hasn't managed to score a point.
108 on the frame.
So obviously frame conceded, and Steve Davis now leads by 7 frames to 2.
And if you thought that Steve looked a little unsettled in the 8th frame, that shows you just how quickly he can recover. That's his 2nd century break in this final. And now on with frame 10. Steve is back at the table, and he's 30 ahead.
One. 6. 7. 12. 13.
And a little bit shorter pace there. Wanted to just come a little bit further. I think he may be a bit straight on the blue now. I'm sure we'll still get this red, and he may possibly play to
80.
carry on to the red to the right of the black and retain position on the black. But it's just a little bit more tricky than it would have been had he have gone the other side of the blue and played it
19.
perfectly.
$26.
And the man that you're watching at the moment certainly playing some superb snooker. The last couple of years, a few people thought that
27.
he was perhaps getting a little bit vulnerable. But at the moment, certainly looks invincible.
34. $35.
Yes, John, certainly playing better than I think he's ever played in his career. And he's played some tremendous snooker.
42. $43.
Steve Davis had a time when I think he was way out in front of the other players, and the other players appeared to get to him. But now I think he's gone way out in front of the other players again.
50. $51.
And the man
58.
sitting there, the bloke that's in the hot seat at the moment, Jimmy White. A tremendous player on his own account, of course,
59.
but having very little chance here against the world number one.
$66. 67.
And what can you do against this sort of stuff?
74. $76. $83.
Just enough points there to make that magical 100, 101 if he knocks the last three colours in. And there's not much doubt that he's
88.
going to do that.
$94.
So once again a tremendous clearance there of 101 from Steve Davis as he goes into lead by 8 frames to
11th frame, Jimmy White to red.
So frame number 11, Jimmy White breaks off. Obviously hadn't learnt from his previous break. Made the same mistake again. And Steve Davis with the choice of a long red into the baulk pocket or perhaps one into the middle.
And that time, John, he hit the second red, and this table, or the tables here, do come very wide, and it's very dangerous to do that. A safe way is off that end red, and Jimmy is taking that risk, and it's certainly not worth it.
Well,
Well, it's certainly not worth it tonight.
Yes, that red went in as clean as a whistle, and it may look to some people as if it was a comparatively easy straight pot, but that was a tremendous pot. And look at the position he's achieved already.
8.
He just goes on and on relentlessly.
Nine. $16. 17. 24. 25.
'Choice here of either leaving the red into the centre or coming round. I was going to say off 2 cushions, but he's played for
32.
the red into the corner pocket. Did have options there.
33. 40. 41.
'What a tough game this professional snooker is for the underdog. Jimmy White having to just sit there and watch, can do very little about anything at all. And I wonder just what is going through his
48.
mind. How on earth can I contain this man?
$49.
Choice of reds here. The one to the right of the pink or the one at the end of the pack. He's gone for the latter.
54. 55.
Now I'm sure that he'll play for the one that I suggested before. I think it may go into the centre pocket. And that will also leave the red into the other
62.
corner pocket open afterwards. So it'll just be screwing back a few inches.
63.
And now he'll be screwing back onto the red, I would think, into the same pocket. Or may not just have the angle, so it may go into the pack.
So the break at 70 and still 6 reds on the table.
71.
So once again the possibility of 100 plus.
$78.
And if Steve does achieve 100 here, that will be the 4th one of the match so far, and they've played just 11 frames.
$79.
Well, this time a possible 143 on the table. But he won't be getting that because I don't think he can get back onto the black from this position.
84.
I looked at this one as if you'd have to go down for one of the
85.
bulk colours, and probably the green.
$88. 89.
A little bit of information that I've just received. I'm not absolutely certain that it's correct, but it has been suggested that if Steve does make a 100 break here, that nobody has ever yet
96.
made 3 century breaks on television, 3 consecutive century breaks, that is. I'm not absolutely certain
97.
that that's correct. Well, that's the information that I've been given.
It's a great performance here from Steve Davis. I'm not sure, as you say, what is the record on television, John, but I can tell you that
104.
what a tremendous break that was again.
So yet another frame to Steve Davis as he takes the lead now by 9 frames to 2.
Well, despite John Pullman's doubts, we regard that as the television first, 3 successive century breaks. And the most interesting fact also is that that's the 7th frame in which Jimmy had failed to score. And if you add up all the points in the 11 frames, they tot up this way: 185 to Jimmy, 972 to Steve Davis. Well, I'm sure that you'll wish to rejoin us after the break.